ongoing drought in the western United States may be Nevada's most critical challenge, both now and in the future. Hello and thanks for joining us tonight live at 6. I'm Trisha Keene. And some are working to conserve water, but officials say others are simply using too much, draining Las Vegas of an increasingly scarce resource. And tonight, 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears continues with her revealing look at the top water users here in our valley.
Yesterday, we told you about the top commercial water users in the valley. Tonight, we focus on water where you live. Residential properties in Las Vegas, Henderson, and North Las Vegas. You might guess those who use the most water are a who's who of Las Vegas, from the super rich to superstars.
The vast majority of those residential highest water users are using more water in a single month than the average household uses in an entire year.
You heard that right. More water in 1 month than most of us use in a year.
We find that water use to be extremely egregious. And that type of water use really can no longer continue in our community.
Bronson Mack with the Las Vegas Valley Water District says the average home uses about 120,000 gallons of water a year. The highest residential water user in Las Vegas consumes over 100 times that amount. Let's dive into the list. The most recent data is from 2021. Sitting in the top spot, the nearly 16-acre property in Spanish Gates with ties to the Sultan of Brunei. That home used over 13 million gallons last year, nearly a million more than was used in 2020. The property manager declined to comment, citing a non-disclosure agreement. Mansion belonging to the late Sheldon Adelson in the exclusive TPC Summerlin community used just over 10 million gallons in 2021. A spokesperson for the family told us they did not want to comment.
I think what we're seeing throughout the Las Vegas Valley is that those who have a lot of green in their bank accounts still have a lot of green in their yards and in their landscaping.
Kyle Rowrink, executive director with the Great Basin Water Network, says it's time for a change in mindset.
We have to remember that despite all that man has done in the Las Vegas Valley, we're still a part of the Mojave Desert, but we're growing plant species, whether it be grass or certain types of ornamental flowers that aren't originally from Las Vegas. So, and they're very water intensive because they come from somewhere else.
At number 3, another home in TPC using over 10 million gallons. It belongs to John Lagerling, CEO of e-commerce company Mercari. We reached out to Lagerling to ask why water use at the home nearly doubled after he bought it in 2021. Lagerling did not return our calls. On that same street in TPC is the home in 4th place. That belongs to Lorenzo Fertitta of Station Casinos. 9.5 million gallons used there. A spokesperson for the Fertitta family did not respond to our request for comment. But there is a positive on Enclave Court, that exclusive street in TPC. David Copperfield lives there too. His home disappeared from the top 10 where it was in 2020, dropping to number 52 in 2021, magically saving nearly 2 million gallons last year.
For David Copperfield himself, who is quite the magician, reducing his water use is wonderful. We would love it if he could put some of that magic into Lake Mead and help bring those lake levels up a little.
Rounding out the top 5 residential water users is this mansion in Henderson belonging to the founder of eBay, Pierre Omidyar. The nearly 12-acre property used 9.3 million gallons, over 75 times more than the average household. We tried to contact Omidyar for comment through his foundation, but have not heard back.
I think one of the number one reasons why people use so much water is because we price it at such a low rate.
Water authorities are on the verge of changing that.
The Las Vegas Valley Water District is preparing to implement an excessive use charge that will be geared toward the top 10% of our water users here in Southern Nevada, charging them additional cost because of that excess water use.
One homeowner who may be hit by that fee, Mike Tyson. His home in Henderson knocked out 2.8 million gallons last year, nearly double what he used in 2020, moving him from the number 30 spot up to number 14 in the city of Henderson. Also in Henderson, Blue Heron Architecture show home. It's number 10 on the list, and from what we can tell, no one even lives there.
You also have developers within this valley that utilize water, not just for large swimming pools, but really as water features, where they are literally bringing a water feature into the home or into the entryway of the home. That is not water that anybody is recreating in. That is water that is purely aesthetic, that is absolutely an egregious and excessive use of water, and is not going to be permitted anymore.
Blue Heron founder and CEO Tyler Jones sent a statement which says in part, Blue Heron sincerely cares about the future of our city and we're implementing conservation measures across the company. So far in 2022, they say they've reduced water use at the Dragon Peak home by 40%. Jones said we're activating a system to store and conserve pool water underground when it's not in use, which should further reduce our consumption. Exterior landscaping at this home is water smart and drought tolerant. A few other notable homeowners using more than their fair share of water. Brian Greenspun, publisher and editor of the Las Vegas Sun newspaper. He's number 5 on Henderson's list. Right behind him at number 6 is Nancy Walton Laurie, heir to the Walmart fortune, and Judan Gallardi, widow of the man who founded the Wiener Schnitzel hot dog chain, jumped from number 16 in 2020 to number 8 in 21, nearly doubling her water use year to year. There were no single-family homes in North Las Vegas that even come close to making the top water users lists. All the top users there are apartment complexes and homeowner associations. You'll find the full lists on our website at ktnv.com/water users. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.